Welcome to TMJ Unpacked. Now, have you ever woken up after a full night's sleep feeling like your jaw just ran a marathon? Or maybe your dentist noticed wear and tear and told you that you're grinding your teeth, but you're skeptical because you don't feel particularly stressed. On this podcast, we unpack the why behind jaw pain, sleep, and airway health. Today, we are diving into a topic that almost everyone has heard of, but very few people truly understand. This sleep bruxism. Most people think of bruxism as just a mechanical habit, a simple grinding of the teeth, but the truth is much more complex. Now, sleep bruxism is rarely just about the teeth. It's a window into what's happening with your nervous system and your breathing. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is sleep bruxism? At its simplest, it's involuntary jaw muscle activity during sleep. This might look like side-to-side grinding, tight clenching, or even bracing where the muscles stay tense without making a sound. For a long time, dentistry taught that this happened because your bite was off. The idea was that if the teeth didn't fit together perfectly, the brain tried to grind down the high spots. But here's the shift. Today, most experts consider sleep bruxism to be primarily controlled by the central nervous system. It's not a tooth problem. It's a brain and sleep signal. So what's the bottom line? For patients, it means your problem isn't necessarily misaligned teeth. For clinicians, it means we have to stop assuming the only solution is adjusting the bite. The jaw muscles are often just responding to signals coming from the brain and the sleep system. It's also important to realize that bruxism has two very different versions. Now, awake bruxism usually happens when you're concentrating or stressed. You might notice you're holding your teeth together while driving, typing, or working out. Interestingly, actual grinding is pretty rare during the day. Sleep bruxism happens while you're unconscious. This is why many people and many patients tell me, I don't grind my teeth. And they're right. They don't do it while they're awake. But these two patterns often have different triggers and require different management. The question I get most often is, why am I doing this? The honest answer is that the exact cause is still being studied, but we know it's a combination of physiological processes. Number one is sleep microarousals. These are brief movements where the brain becomes more active, their heart rate spikes, and breathing shifts. Shortly after these spikes, the jaw muscles often fire off. The second is the stress connection. When your nervous system is in a fight or flight mode during the day, that instability actually follows you into your bed. The third is sleep instability. Rather than a dental problem, it's a larger sleep-related pattern in the body. And now we're going to talk about the airway connection with sleep bruxism. This is perhaps the most critical takeaway for this episode. There is a significant overlap between bruxism and breathing disturbances like snoring or sleep apnea. In some cases, bruxism episodes appear right along a breathing struggle. Now think of it like this. If your airway starts to collapse, your brain might signal the jaw to clench or move to help maintain that airway. Now, why does this matter? If we only give you a nightguard to protect the teeth, but we don't look at how you're breathing, we're just protecting the victims while ignoring the criminal. Now, over time, this activity can lead to tooth wear, cracked fillings, muscle fatigue, and TMJ symptoms. But I want to offer a word of caution. Now, tooth wear alone does not prove you have active bruxism. Now, teeth can wear down from an acidic diet, reflux, or even habits you had years ago. This is why we look at 3 levels of diagnosis. Number 1 is possible bruxism, based on your own report of grinding sounds or jaw soreness. The second is probable bruxism, based on a clinical exam where we see specific wear patterns. The third is definite bruxism, confirmed by a sleep study that actually records your actual muscle activity during sleep. Now, how do we manage it? Since there is no single cause, there is no single cure. The most effective approach is individualized treatment. So number one is protecting the teeth. Occlusal splints or night guards are great for protecting enamel and restorations, but you have to remember they protect the teeth. They don't necessarily stop the brain signal. The second is addressing the airway. If there's a breathing issue, treatment might involve a CPAP or our mandibular advancement devices to help you breathe better. Third is nervous system regulation. This means improved sleep hygiene, reducing coffee, and managing stress. The fourth is daytime awareness. If you can learn to relax your jaw during the day, it reduces the overall load on the system. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. SleepBruxism is often treated as a simple habit that just needs a piece of plastic to fix it. But when we look closer, it's a clinical clue. It's a signal that your body is trying to adapt to something happening during sleep. Our role as clinicians isn't just to protect the teeth, it's to ask deeper questions. Are you sleeping well? Is stress overwhelming your system? Is there an unrecognized airway issue? When we ask those questions, we stop just fixing the teeth and we start treating the whole person. Thank you for joining me on TMJ Unpacked. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with a friend or colleague. I'm Dr. Natasha Nagpal, and I'll see you next time as we keep unpacking the complexities of the jaw and beyond.